Justice Dhananjay Yashwant Chandrachud, the 50th Chief Justice of India, is set to demit office on the 10th of November 2024. The Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, started his career at the Supreme Court. He became a judge at the Supreme Court in the year of 2016, continued it till November 8th, 2022, upon which he became the Chief Justice of India for over 2 years. In fact, it's one of the longest tenures when it comes to the Chief Justice of India. But Justice D.Y. Chandrachud's name is definitely one that can be penned with golden ink in fact, the history of Indian judiciary and in fact, world judiciary itself. He, as an advocate, as a judge, has been in fact the protector of constitutional rights, has penned several judgments. In fact, at his tenure at the Supreme Court of India, he has penned more than 600 judgments, has been a part of more than 1200 benches, and most of his judgments were in fact of service matter, which constitutes 16% of his judgments, while the most impacting ones were in constitutional matters, which remains to be 10% of his total judgment that he has rendered. Remember that he is in fact the judge who had given various significant judgments, including being a part of the bench that gave in fact the unanimous ruling in the Ayodhya title suit, wherein in fact the land was given out to the Hindu side for building a Ram temple. In fact, he also was a part of the bench which gave in fact a judgment providing a right to privacy as one of the integral fundamental rights of a particular individual. He was one of the sole dissenter on the Aadhaar case, wherein he said that the Aadhaar was brought in by way of a money bill was something that was unconstitutional. He, in fact, in his judgment has shown his progression not only with the law but also his ideologies by giving out a judgment in Navtej Johar, wherein he held section 377, being a part of that particular bench, to giving a concurring opinion saying that section 377 of in fact the IPC is something that is unconstitutional and decriminalized homosexuality. Not only that, in fact the same-sex marriage case, the Chief Justice of India led bench also gave different opinions, but in fact conferred that the Parliament is the sole person that can determine as to whether or not in fact a same-sex marriage right can be granted to the same-sex couples. But at the same point of time, he has in fact penned a very crucial judgments and has categorically upheld the rights of in fact women and also of individuals. He gave a very crucial judgment conferring abortion rights and the rights of bodily autonomy of women, in fact going ahead of Joe versus Wade, one of the most crucial judgments of the US legislature. As a judge and as the Chief Justice of India and the administrator of the Supreme Court of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud can be said to be a beacon of technology, somebody who drove the Supreme Court on the path of tech-enabled and AI-friendly Supreme Court. Not only technology, but also his focus remained on in fact the accessibility being granted to all, with various accessibility help desks being created, or accessibility friendly website, or accessibility measures being adopted in the Supreme Court building. The Chief Justice of India, who was a part of the project of bringing along a new building of the Supreme Court. Recently, the groundbreaking ceremony took place. While speaking to CNN News 18 in an exclusive interview, Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud had said that the new building of the topmost court of the country would be sufficient for the next 75 years and is something that would resonate modernization and technology in every brick that would be used to build that particular building. As a beacon of technology for the Supreme Court, he brought in fact, AI-enabled transcription facility, streamlined the live streaming facility that was already there in the Supreme Court of India, and has brought in a massive and humongous data center that would be enabling the Supreme Court to store its file on its individual server. Not only that, the Supreme Court recently inaugurated the National Judicial Museum and Archives, which is a state-of-the-art museum and archive for anybody who loves law or is a fan of museum. This museum is equipped not only with AI-powered chatbots to interact with it, to know about the law, but also is equipped with VR facilities, virtual reality facilities, which can give you the tour of the Supreme Court while sitting on a chair and using that VR headset like you are walking inside the Supreme Court itself. Not only that, he is in fact the protector of constitutional rights, of people's life and liberty, and has made focus to deliver justice to each and everyone who could come his way or could present his case before the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. By demitting office, the legal profession is definitely, in fact, losing one of its most important and most biggest student of law and the most important worshipper of law. He is somebody who has remained to be a person who has upheld the rights of people. In fact, he has rendered judgments, he has rendered various bail judgments, and has set out the law when it comes to granting bail very, very clearly. He is somebody who has, through his judgments, protected the rights of women, whether we talk of the judgment wherein he has been dealing with the case with regards to women entry into the National Defence Academy or into the armed forces, or we talk of his judgment with regards to the bodily autonomy of women and the right of abortion being conferred to the women of the country itself. The judgments definitely become a part and in fact a precedence not only in the Indian judiciary but also across the world itself.